Hey, everybody, and welcome back. If you don't remember, I'm Kurt Roth, and this is the 505 Sports Venture Foundation program, where we come to you weekly or sometimes weekly, maybe a couple times a month, to discuss what's going on in the college sports world, primarily the University of New Mexico, the name, image, and likeness movement. But if you've watched us and you pay attention, you know that college athletes and college athletics, especially at the University of New Mexico, is just more than what goes on the court. It's economic development. It's the impact that successful teams have here at UNM. It's way more than just the scores. So what we try to do is have discussions about how it impacts at University of New Mexico, how it impacts on the city of Albuquerque and the state of New Mexico. So today we have a really special guest. He's been on before, and before I introduce him, and we'll do that after the break. If you're a college basketball fan and you understand that now, due to the transfer portal, due to name, image, and likeness, that there's no off season. That now it's April, end of April, the portal closed, but there's all talk about recruiting, transfers, the money, et cetera, et cetera. So the game goes on even when they're not playing. So we're going to have a big guest today all about recruiting, and we'll get to that in a second. First, I'd be remiss, though, if I didn't thank President Steve Davis here at ProView for giving us this opportunity. And my man, Adrian, behind the glass, one of the top 5 Dodger fans in the world. He's wearing the gear today. He's just kind of rubbing it in a little bit. Without him, this show wouldn't be possible. So we're going to take a short break, sell you some stuff, and we'll come back with our guests, and we'll be talking some college buckets. Stay with us.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks. Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
All right, everybody, welcome back. As we went off for our break, we were discussing that with the portal and NIL, college rosters, recruiting, the offseason is as exciting for some of us as the regular season when the games count. Who's going to fill on the roster, who's transferring to where, what we will look forward to next year. So in that vein, we have one of the friends of the program on again for a second time, Brandon Mason Jr. Mace, what's up?
Yes, sir. How you
Everything
doing?
good?
Going well. How you doing?
Okay, we're great. Well, anyway, if you don't know, I'm going to tell you. And if you do know, you're aware that this young man right here, and I don't think there's any argument, I know it's subjective, is the #1 high school basketball player in New Mexico. I'm not going to ask you to confirm that, but I think it's true. You're also in the midst of your next year. You're still going into your last year playing ball.
Yes, sir.
At the high school level or the prep school level, but the recruiting is started a long time ago, correct?
Correct. Yes, sir.
Okay, so you're in the midst of that. But let's just explain, because your season, when I was a kid, we played 3 different sports: the fall, the winter, the summer, and we switched. As soon as the weather changed, it got cold, we put on a football jersey. When it got real cold, we went inside and played baskets, or outside with the winter jackets on, and then baseball or track or whatever you ran. You guys at your level, pretty much play basketball a year, correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. So you finished the prep school season, the 25-26 season, how long ago?
We finished end of March.
The end of March, you
Yes.
finished. So you had a little time off, and now you're on the summer circuit.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's go one stop by one stop. You've played in 3 cities outside Albuquerque already, correct?
We've played in 2 so far. We played
Okay.
in Las Vegas and then Denver.
All right, so you played in Las Vegas. How many games you guys play while you're in Vegas?
We played 4, and we
Okay.
went 3-1. Should have went 4-0. Lost by a buzzer beater, but went 3-1.
Okay, so what's that? Tell everybody, what is the level of competitions? And it varies, right? It can be good here, not so good, or not as good. What was it like in Vegas?
Well, in Vegas, we played some of the top teams from each of the circuits across the country. We played 17U EYBL Vegas Elites team. That's who we ended up losing to. Then we played some pro Under Armour teams, and it was just competition is good all around in that Vegas stop. So.
Well, who were some? I mean, people who watch know some of the top players at your level. Give me a couple of players that you went head to head with who have national recognition.
I would say the top dog that we played against his name was Aiden Diggs. He's a sophomore right now, and I think he's ranked top 5 in the country.
Okay, and who did he play for?
Vegas Elite.
And what was it? What position he play?
He's a guard, so
Yeah.
he's probably a couple inches shorter than me.
Okay.
Super
Well,
athletic.
wait a minute, a couple inches. How tall are you?
I'm 6'6".
Okay, so
Yeah.
he's 6'3", 6'4"?
6'4".
And he's a guard.
Yeah.
What kind of game? And he's only a sophomore?
Yes, sir. Yeah,
Okay,
sophomore.
and he was one of the top players there. Did you match up with him?
He was guarding me most of the game.
Okay.
And I had to guard because our team isn't too big, and everywhere else we go, we playing against bigger kids. So I had to go guard, the 6'10" or the 6'7" big fellas. So.
Well, people who know your shooting is as good as anyone. But you're also really proud of your defense.
Oh yeah, I love blocking shots.
So
Yeah.
you're a shot blocker, a deflector, steals. Is that all part of it?
All a part of it.
So, but what do you do when you're playing a guy 4 or 5 inches bigger and probably heavier? Well, I mean, how do you do that?
Well, as soon as, coaches like fronting the post, don't let them catch the ball. But I'd say I'm better at taking a charge, getting them in foul trouble, or as soon as they turn, I'll slap the ball out of their hand like real easily because, I tend to be a lot quicker than the bigger fellas.
Okay. So you're all over the court. Okay, so defense then is, well, we all know, isn't defense, guys all over the country can shoot it. To go up to the top, you gotta cover.
You got to defend.
Okay.
You got to.
All right, so you were in Vegas, and then the next week, or do you have a week off? How much time between Vegas and Denver?
I would say it was about a month, about
a
3
month.
weeks. It was a while.
All right,
Yeah.
so, but now it's the summer, so you got a month or 3 weeks off. What happens in that period? You don't take a break.
No, I still continue to get back into ABC prep. We go to the building, and from 8 to 4 p.m., we're just in the gym, shooting, workouts, lifting, running, just got to do what you got to do to get to the next level.
Okay, so that's, you go 2-3 weeks, and now you're in Denver.
Mm-hmm.
What was that competition like?
Man, Denver competition was also super well. It was our first stop in the recruit look circuit that we play on.
All right, there's lots of different circuits.
That's a whole bunch.
Okay, no one. I'll personally tell you, I follow it and I can't keep track. So, all right, you're in a different circuit. What was that competition like?
It was honestly some really good competition. We played also 4 games there. We went 3-1. Ended up losing to D1 Minnesota. I forgot what circuit they play on, but they had a big fella that was at least 7 foot that I had to guard.
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
It went. I mean, I was blocking his shots surprisingly, but I mean I went well for my end. Took charges, got him in foul trouble. So
okay, and you guys were 3-1 there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's cool. Next stop is when and where?
Next stop is Dallas, and I would say it's this upcoming weekend, not this one, but the following one.
Week, and you continue to stay in the gym, work out, and you said 8 to 4?
8 to 4, sometimes 6.
So it's a full day.
Absolutely.
So, like, who's in charge there? Guy has a name kind of like you. You know that guy, right?
Yeah, that's my father, Brandon Mason Sr. Yeah.
So he's a taskmaster. He's tough, or what?
I would say you don't see him outside of his office unless he's walking around making sure somebody's working out.
Okay.
If somebody isn't working out, then we're in trouble.
Okay, all right. Well, we've had him on, and he tells a little different story. He tells me he's kind of a softie. All right, we're up against the clock. We're going to take a break. We're going to sell you some more stuff, and we'll be back to talk a little more specifically about recruiting. Stay with us.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
All right, welcome back. Again, I'm Kurt Roth. This is the 505 Sports Venture Foundation program. And we're here with the #1 high school basketball player in the state, Brandon Mason Jr. In part 1, we discussed a really active year-round schedule. So is it year-round? Will you get a break? So we know you're going to Dallas. Will you get a break between the summer and then when you start back with ABC Prep?
You know, a lot of people like to say, oh, breaks matter to take care of your body and stuff. But, I mean, a break, what it looks like to my dad is a week of just shooting on the gun or lifting weights. Okay. You know, there's really no time off if you want to be great.
Right. You're not like going out to out dancing at the clubs, taking a week off, going on vacation. None of that.
None of that.
Okay. So it's a full-time kind of occupation or commitment is what it is. Yeah. Okay. So you've got this year, and now you are going back for one more year at the prep school level. We know that as of today, and the rules change all the time, but there's an early signing period in November. Is that still the deal as far as you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we come in November, and you could make a decision, or you could hang out and go until the spring. Mm. But people know, they read about it on social media. You're already being heavily recruited, correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. When did that start? How young were you when you started to hear from college coaches?
Man, I would say when my dad was still coaching, you know, I would always hear when he's gonna grow up, I'm gonna be recruiting him when he gets bigger. But I would say it started when my 8th grade year.
Eighth grade. How old are you in 8th grade? I don't even know. What is that, 14, 13?
14, 15
okay.
for
so
ABC.
And a lot of us know this, but people don't. Let's go backwards. You're an Albuquerque guy.
Mm-hmm.
When you worked at the pit.
Yeah, I was a ball boy, little ball boy.
How old were you?
Man, I was maybe 5 through 8. I can't remember.
You worked a couple of seasons at the pit?
Yeah.
And how do you have any memories of that?
I just remember always shooting at halftime with one of my best friends, Lyris Robinson, and every time we'd make a shot, the crowd would go crazy.
Well, wait a minute. Lyris Robinson, that's another top-notch prep school dude.
Mm-hmm.
What's he doing now? Can you tell us?
Right now, he's in Arizona playing for a team for spring and summer. He's playing for a team named AZ Unity. And for his high school season, he just won the biggest high school league championship, the Chipotle Nationals. So he's doing an amazing job.
And he's in this whole recruiting craziness, huh?
Oh yeah, he's getting
people want
recruited.
him. Yeah, he's getting looks from the top schools. Okay, so well, let's stay a little bit back in the past. Those years you played, you were the ball boy. I know you were a kid. Do you have a specific player that you really enjoyed who played on Lobos? Did anyone hang out? Did you watch? Who did you like?
I just loved watching Anthony Mathis. The way he was able to just shoot the ball was incredible. So I would say, from my memory, you know, I was still young, but Anthony Mathis was.
He was the guy. Well, that's kind of and for those who don't know, Anthony Mathis came back as recently as last summer, I think, to play in the TBT for your dad's team, right?
Yeah.
And he was on that team with Bryce Alford and Morris Udezi. So that's a history. Well, one day we can look forward to you coming out of the NBA and playing on our TBT team. All right. So now the recruiting's going on. People have been reaching out for years. But now it's getting down to serious, and now we're in the NIL period. It's a whole different ballgame. A lot of big schools have reached out. I know you took one official. Is that the only to Boise? That was an official visit. Have you taken any others?
No, sir, not yet.
Okay,
just that one.
There's no rush for that. Met Leon Rice.
Great coach, great guy, yes, sir.
So everyone's going to get nervous. Don't relax. There's no decision yet. You had a great trip.
Yeah.
Boys.
Oh, yeah. They did a great job, you know, especially for it being my first time being able to see what a visit looks like. They definitely met the standards.
Okay, so they met the standards. Tell us, though, for people who don't know, who went on that trip with you?
Everybody in my family, to my mom, my dad, and my 2 little brothers.
Your 2 brothers?
Yeah.
Tell us what their names are.
We got the middle brother, D'Angelo Mason. You know, I don't know what he's gonna be when he grows up, but he's gonna be successful whatever he does. You know, he's a golfer, volleyball player, wants to be president, a ref, so he's gonna be successful. And then we got the youngest one who's 14. His name's Carmelo Mason.
Carmelo, right.
He's the beast.
Belo and Mello. And for those who can't see, unfortunately we don't have the ability. Belo's in the studio today. He's giving us thumbs up every once in a while. Also, you didn't mention it. He can hoop.
Oh yeah, no, he could definitely hoop.
Yeah.
You know, he just doesn't like it as much as the other things, but he could definitely hoop.
All right. So you went to Boise, top-notch recruiting. No other visits scheduled yet.
Not scheduled for a time, but we're trying to get some set up right now.
Give us 2. I know there's way more. Give us 2 schools you're considering going to visit.
Right now I would probably say Stanford and UNM.
Okay.
And of course we got Xavier.
Xavier. You know those guys?
Man, I know them pretty well.
Yeah, me too. So we've got, there you go, Stanford, UNM, and Xavier. When I went to school here at UNM, we called it Harvard on the Rio Grande. So, you know, we can look at that. So that's all going to go forward. It happens fluidly. There's a period where you visit. Do you think you'll make a decision and formally announce in November, or do you think you'll bring it all the way out till next spring?
I'm a very Christian man, so I'd like to pray on things and just see how things God is gonna let it out. And if the plan is to sign in November, then that would be the plan. But if not, then I don't mind waiting.
Plan.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's part 2. We've got some more to talk about. We're going to take a break. Stay with us. We'll be back with B. Mace Jr. right after this.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Raising Cane's invites you to grab life by the chicken fingers. So get out there. Be you. Do you. Embrace whatever makes you, you. All while enjoying Raising Cane's hand-battered cooked-to-order chicken fingers, crispy crinkle-cut fries, buttery Texas toast, and that secret recipe cane sauce that makes everything that much better. So go on. Savor the day.
Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love.
All right, everybody, welcome back. I'm Kurt Roth, 505 SVF. B. Mace Jr. is here. As you know, we can go on and talk about all this stuff forever, but unfortunately, our sponsors don't let us go beyond our last time here. So moving into the last segment, your recruiting is up in the air. You've got a lot. You could probably, if you could, well, you could go on 20 visits, and you would have that opportunity probably, right? There's enough interest in you.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everybody who's a Lobo fan, take a breath. We heard Boise did a great job, and they did. Stanford, an incredible school. UNM, we're all rooting. And then there's the evil Richard Pitino and Isaac Chu, our buddy, our long-lost buddy at Xavier. It's really hot in the summer in Cincinnati. Anyway, great program. You know, for those of us who are rich, and I'll always be a Richard Pitino fan, he came into that very similar to what Eric Olin did here with no players, brought a couple of his guys, built a team, was in the middle of the Big East, and now he's ready to set up and go forward and compete with Dad and UConn, and that's some guys. Conference. All right, so you personally, your game is an interesting game. You're really a big guard who can play everywhere.
Yeah,
right?
Wherever the coach needs me.
So, but your 3-point shooting is extraordinary. Is that a fair comment?
I would like to say.
Well, how would you scout yourself? If you had to give a 2-sentence scouting report on yourself, what would you say?
I would definitely say he loves to shoot the ball. I mean, shoots the three really well and can score at all 3 levels.
Defense, how would you describe it?
I mean, blocking shots, and you got to be tight with your dribble. You can't be loose, and if he's able to get near you and get that deflection, then it's over for you.
Okay, cool. All right, so we talked about the past. You brought up Anthony Mason. You're wearing a shirt with a guy's head on it. Who's on your shirt if they can't see?
That's Jason Tatum right there.
Okay, so
Yeah.
right now, we talked off camera. You would tell me that Jason Tatum's your favorite in the NBA today.
Yeah, today, right now.
Why?
Because I just watching him play, a lot of people, that's my comparison for who I play like and just everything.
Well, also offense and defense. Well, here's another thing about Jason Tatum. He's a leader on the court.
Yeah.
Like, you watch that game. If you've never watched a basketball game and you trying to figure it out, you would be able to tell right away that kind of wherever the ball is, somehow he has something to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's sort of how you feel about yourself?
Absolutely, yeah. Okay. Absolutely.
All time, who's your greatest?
Carmelo. All time, the greatest basketball player is Michael Jordan, but I like to watch Carmelo Anthony highlights because
why?
I like to just circle my game around his. He's a 3-level scorer, the definition of a 3-level scorer. So that's what I want to be.
So that's your game. But you had to say the greatest player of all time is Michael Jordan. As an old school guy, and I get all these young guys who say LeBron and this, that. There's no doubt if you watch basketball when he played, and I know you weren't there for that, but I know there's an influence in the family because if we talk to Dad, there's no doubt, or your grandfather.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about those are Chicago guys though, so
Born
you
and
have
raised.
to. But I,
biased.
in my opinion, I didn't see and if you follow sports, the historical thing. I didn't see Babe Ruth play, and that guy dominated baseball like no one else. But the greatest team athlete I've ever seen in any sport is Michael Jordan. There was his determination, his skill. It was a whole nother level. Did you watch that special 5-part series about the Chicago Bulls and that run? Did you see that on HBO?
I think so. We watched it as a family.
Yeah, your dad made everybody
Yep.
watch. Your dad would call me afterwards and tell me how cool it was.
Oh, it was dope. We all had
so,
our
all right,
Bulls
so
jerseys
we love
on.
Jordan. We love Carmelo Anthony. And you feel like your game is patterned around it. All right, we got a couple minutes left. What do you think you have to work on to get your game to the next level, which is the top-notch D1 level?
I would say the main thing for me is just getting in shape. I developed asthma when I got sick a couple years ago, but I just need to get my stamina back. So and I hear this from a lot of college coaches, if I were just to be in shape and to be able to shoot the ball when I'm tired and run up and down the court until the fourth quarter, I'll be all right.
Well, so you talked about these 8-hour days. Do you focus? Is there a training that you focus on any more than any other, or is it just this overall constant workout?
I mean, every workout is different every day. We're not just working on the same thing, same principles every day. We're getting better all around every single day.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you're comfortable with where your game is, but you've got to get better.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got like a minute and a half left, and I want to make everyone who watches this show, which is mostly in New Mexico, calm down a little bit. We heard Boise. We heard Stanford. We heard Xavier. We heard Lobos. I know we've heard 100 other schools probably. I mean, the letters, the contact, it doesn't end. If I was a Lobo fan, should I just take it easy and don't worry about Boise for now? Don't worry about Stanford. Just everything is happening the way it should happen, correct?
Yeah, correct. I would say nobody has to really worry about anything.
There you go. Nobody has to worry about anything. Well, listen, I want to thank you for coming on. We'll come back to you. We'll come back to talk about golf. We're going to go out and hit some golf balls right now around the corner here. And we wish you the best of luck. We're going to bring you back again to get an update, probably sooner than later.
Yes,
so
sir.
we wish you the best and good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Okay, for everybody else out there, the Lobo Alliance at UNM needs your help. If you've watched recently, J. Cole is back, Uriah is back, and a whole array of new top-notch players. It's a team effort, and that team includes you out there, Lobo fans, people who are interested in New Mexico and economic development. Let's make this happen. Check us out at 505sports.org. Go to golobos.com. Do what you can. I don't care if it's $1, a nickel, a cup of coffee. Do the best you can. Let's all get behind this and make it happen. I'm Kurt Roth, and hopefully we see you next week. This has been the 505 Sports Venture Program. Thanks.